Hey guys, and welcome back to Pixel Cherry Ninja's channel. In today's video we're going to be talking about two different cores for the Analogue Pocket. So one core is a public release, the other core is a brand new beta release. So let's start with the public side first. So the first one is 1942 or JT 1942. It's a core that consists of 3 games. One of them being, well, the title of the core, 1942. The other game in there is a game called Vulgus, which, just like 1942, is a vertical shmup, or vertical shoot 'em up. And both are interesting. I particularly like 1942 because although I never played it in the arcade, I don't even remember ever even seeing it in the arcade. It's something that I played on the Commodore 64, and guys, I like the game a lot. It's good, it's fun, it's difficult, it's challenging, it is just great. It was released in 1984. Now we're not going to go too into depth about these games. All I'm going to say is they're a lot of fun. If you have an Analogue Pocket, run the updater. If you go via the update tool option, it will fetch it for you and you can enjoy this. Now the other games in there, Vulgus is a shmup that, like, when I played it, it kind of brought back memories, but I can't remember exactly where I played it. It may have been one of those ones where I went to an arcade once and I tried it out and I played it once. And the final game, Pirate Ship Higemaru, definitely try this out. It's very interesting, right? It's not something, at least, that I remember playing in the arcade. I played it when Altego released it as a beta for the Pocket, even though it was available for the Mr. First. And guys, you know what? This game's got a good charm about it. It is a fun game, and it's just amazing to have this stuff on the Analogue Pocket, and especially even more amazing that it's now released as a public core. So you don't need to be a subscriber of Altego's Patreon, even though I always strongly encourage people, especially if you have like the Mr. and the Analogue Pocket, or even if you have one, because you're supporting FPGA core development and you get early access to betas where you can kind of contribute to the testing, and if there's any issues before the public release is rolled out, you can kind of point it out. But what we're going to talk about in this video more is the new beta release, right, which is 1943. So think about 1943 as 1942 but on steroids. It's bigger. It's subjective, right, at the very best, to say if it's better, because I like 1942. I really like the game. I like the sound effects. I like the goofy stuff in there. That might be my favorite, right? But you can't deny 1943. Like, the game plays well. Before I talk about the gameplay, let's talk about a little bit of the hardware. Now, I always refer to a website called System 16. So that's the word system, then 16.com. And that's got like all the different hardware, what other games work on that hardware. So just to talk a little bit about it, the 1943 hardware has 1943 Kai, which I don't know too much about. It may just be like a little offspin of it. Black Tiger, which I absolutely love, and that's already out for the Pocket if I'm not mistaken. It's always hard to keep up. Black Tiger's fantastic, something I played a lot in the arcade. And also Commando. Commando's a very popular arcade game and a very popular retro game in general. And then Gunsmoke and Sidearm. So there's a few games on this hardware, guys. So just going back to the 1942 core, just to point out, there's 3 main games in there, but there's always alternative versions of those games, different regional variants, some versions that are slightly different than the other. Don't know what all the differences are, but maybe, you may prefer one over the other. Just try all of them out. And heading back to 1943 and how the game plays, right? So straight off the bat, guys, it takes a little bit of getting used to. So unlike 1942 where you're one hit, 1943 you've got an energy bar, and it's one of those ones where you kind of need to work out a strategy of how you want to play. Every time you use your special, your health goes down, right? The power-ups that you get, you can shoot them and you can choose the type of firepower that you want, whether it's like a shotgun, whether it's like kind of like hard-hitting torpedoes. You're kind of like freeway, or you're kind of spread shot as well. But if you shoot it again and it says POW, you may be thinking, oh, this will actually boost my attack power. Well, it doesn't. It gives you health back. So you lose health when you do a special, you get the POW, and you gain some health back as well as that. And this is something that, honestly, I don't like it. I don't like it about this game. And what I don't like is when you do decide to go for, so not the POW that gives you the energy, the power, when you go for a different fire, let's call it, right? So a different power up instead of power. So a power up, you want to change your fire, spread shot or whatever. When you get it, you get it for like, I think it's 30 seconds, or you get it for a duration of time. So as you progress now and you get another power up, you get the choice of either picking POW. You pick POW, you get your energy. If you shoot the power, if you shoot it to, so it becomes the power up you want it to become. Let's talk about triple shot, for example, right? I'll use that one so it doesn't confuse with the POW. I'm kind of getting confused here myself. So just to reiterate, if you get the right thing that says POW, that will put your health up, right? Your plane's health up. Now, if you get like the triple shot, it will turn into like a, I don't know, like a little sign, like a little gun that looks like it's pointing three ways. It kind of looks like a three-way shot, right? Now, if you get that, you'll get three-way for 30 seconds. Now, if you then get another freeway while you have that, the timer will stack. Now, I don't know what the maximum timer is. Maybe the most I had was like 60 seconds, 90 seconds. Not exactly sure what I had. What I will say, though, is if you die and you continue, the time that you have remaining on that particular triple shot, it will continue when on your credit when you put it in, right? So you'll start with triple fire. Now, it's a little bit unconventional, but the game is fun. The game is definitely fun. One thing to look out for, like, and I would recommend, is don't hover about near the bottom of the screen, because you get rear attacked a lot in this game. It kind of taught me, you know what, Pixel, don't hang around near the bottom, because I'm kind of used to doing that in shmups, right? As a general thing, you're kind of near the bottom. Most of the attacks come from the top. You do get some odd sneaky ones from the back, but this one definitely has more than a few, right? Or more than other games that I've played. But overall, guys, it's a great game. It's currently a beta course, so the only way you guys will have access to it is if you're subscribed to Hatego's Patreon. And like I always say, I'm not financially affiliated with the guy. I like the guy a lot. I'm a big fan of the guy. I got my my Mist, and I got into FPGA gaming in general because of Hatego's work on CPS2. I'm a big Street Fighter fan. So, you know, if you want to support FPGA core development, then that's an excellent Patreon to join. And as a reward, you get access to beta files. And sometimes things stay in beta for like a month, 2 months. I've known them to stay in beta for like even the best part of a year. Don't quote me on the times, but maybe that's longer than it actually has been. Maybe it's been like 6 months maximum, but it's nice to get the perk. But anyway, but the choice is completely yours. If you're not in a hurry to play it, then just wait for the public release. But for now, you've got 1942, which includes Vulgus and pirate ship Higemaru, and you know, just wait out for 1943 if that's your thing. But that's really it for this video, guys. I kind of wanted to put it out there because, you know, this is my thing. I love FPGA gaming. I love seeing more cores, and I especially love seeing more arcade cores being released on FPGA consoles in general. The Analogue Pocket is excellent. Use the different screen filters you've got. It's just such a great machine now. Such a brilliant hybrid console. Something you can take on the go and something you can dock as well. Kind of feels like a FPGA Nintendo Switch, right? But anyway, guys, take care of each other. Be good to one another. If you're not subscribed to the channel, then a subscription and a like is always super duper appreciated. This is Pixel Cherry Ninja out.